welcome. We are in Bali. This trip was the first time me and my brother have ever been to Bali. Even though it was only around 3 hours away from Kuala Lumpur, where our family stays, it was our first summer exploring Indonesia. I really valued this time with him, and we got a chance to reconnect with each other and part of our culture as our ancestors came from Indonesia. With this footage being a couple of months old now, I can fully understand in hindsight just how impactful a trip this was. And not to sound too cliche and be like, oh, I went to Bali and I found myself and I became spiritual or whatever. It did feel like I came to Bali and I reconnected with a culture that was similar to mine and my family's. The first day we arrived, we went to the Garda Wisnu Cultural Park for the sunset and to watch a fire dance.
Yang berada di angkasa raya. Jawaban dari para bidadari semuanya sampai membuat takut. Hari wijliat terjadi. Ya.
On our second day, we had breakfast close to our Airbnb, and that was in Sanur. And then we headed out for a day of sightseeing and temple visiting. We visited a lot of the local craft places to see how the statues were made for the temples, and watching batik being made and rice fields. It was beautiful, honestly the most jaw-dropping kind of stuff, and it was just everywhere. It was just, the nature was stunning, and it was so lush and so green, and it doesn't really compare to anything back in the UK as well, it was just beautiful to see and take in. One thing about the trip was that me and my brother really wanted to learn as much as we could about the culture and take it all in, especially the textiles and the local industry. With the tourism in Bali being so prevalent, it was so much easier and accessible to visit and learn about the traditional Indonesian culture. It was so interesting to see the differences and similarities between Malaysia and Indonesia. How all of the traditional clothes are worn on a daily basis in Indonesia, whereas in Malaysia they're normally reserved for special occasions. There's some rice fields down there, and we're in the jungle. It's so pretty. On our third day, we spent it going around on the Gojeks, which are the motorbikes that you can use as a taxi to get around on the back of one quite easily. We visited more fabric places for me to go a little bit wild. I was mainly doing eye shopping just because I didn't have the space to take anything that big back. And we went to some more markets, which was really interesting to see, and also how just they were laid out. We spent a lot of time around Canggu before heading up to the Uluwatu temple and to watch the fire dance and sunset up there. On our fourth and final day in Bali, me and my brother learned how to surf, which was super cool. The conditions weren't the best, but it was super fun. My thighs got absolutely shredded from friction burns on them, but we managed to stand up most of the time. In Sanur there was a kite flying contest, which was mesmerising to watch as well. Sanur as an area is known to have quite a lot of kites flying in the sky, and you don't really know why, because it's not seen anywhere else in the island that much.
Morning. My flight back to the UK is at 8-ish. So let's spend the last day together. We're gonna go back to xoxo building, which you just saw actually. We just got back from Bali. It's nice. I'm so tired.
Overall, this trip was it was amazing, and I couldn't have asked for a better trip, and it was great, and we discovered balance, the good and the bad, and it was so informative. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, my name's Ines, and I hope to see you again soon.